Question is, tell me about something about yourself.
Well, I am a teacher. I'm also a mother. I have a 7-year-old son. I've been in education over, almost 20 years. So I'm very passionate. I've worked with students of all needs and all areas and in all socioeconomic backgrounds. I'm an avid reader. I love to read. That's pretty much it. Was through my profession, since I am a teacher in the school system. That was my first exposure to it. I do work closely with the Psychological Services Program, and they offer a list every year of services that are available to the community. The Children's Trust is on that list. I also used to know about them because they would publicize a great deal of commercials. And that was one of the things that I would see, but that was years ago. The side of the bus every now and then. Aside from that, that's pretty much just my general knowledge of the Children's Trust has to do because of my profession. And because I've worked in different areas that have individuals with different socioeconomic backgrounds, and they need resources, they need services, and they need free resources and services, and they don't know. And they're not comfortable calling 75 numbers. They want to call a number that's going to guide them in the direction that they need. So if they need tutoring in their local area, I'm like, okay, call this number and they'll let you know in your area what's available for you. The same if they need summer camp services and they don't know. I used to use it more than anything because I worked with kids with special needs, and they target students with special needs, and they provide them a great deal of services the parents aren't aware of. And they're not comfortable looking for different things. And I've experienced that with individuals from lower socioeconomic area and higher socioeconomic areas, but are immigrants to the country.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest things is providing the information to educators so that when they have, all of our back to school nights, all of our monthly school functions, we're able to delineate the information to parents in categories. Like, this is what you can get by calling this number. It's extremely important. When we advertise for schools or advertise for our own classrooms, it's all through some type of social media, some type of app. Knowing that the Children's Trust now has an app, it facilitates the process. But I think as an educator, we're not as well versed in what you can offer. What can they offer them? Some are a little bit better versed than others because of their time in the system, but brand new teachers have no idea that this exists.
Really?
They do not. There is nothing advertising or letting them know. Whereas if you come into the school and if they were to make a presentation for teachers, or if you were to come into Miami-Dade County Public Schools and just say, hey, we want to put this out there and we want to let your teachers know, they would go for it. Why? Because this is promoting a community advocacy agency. This is what we want. We want our children to have early literacy. We want our children to have access to after-school programs. We want our children to be engaged. And this wonderful organization can provide that. It's just a shame because people don't know about it, don't promote it, and don't use it. I think it's wonderful. I used it myself for my son. And what I love the most is that it provided activities for you to do with your child. Early literacy, as a teacher, I can tell you, early literacy is key to learning. And to get a book every month, and it's just breathtaking for a child, especially since you tell them, oh, your book is coming. They get excited to go to the mail. My son would get excited to go to the mail because it comes addressed to the child. It doesn't come to the parent. So what's nice is the kids are expecting something for them. So they attain ownership to it. I think definitely doing a brighter envelope, a color, in which it'll draw their attention. I love the fact that it comes addressed to the kids. So they love that. And it's something that parents can hype them up about. But definitely brighter packaging. That way, it calls your attention. You know, oh, my yellow envelope's here, or my blue envelope's here, or my star envelope's here, anything.
Right.
Honestly, moms like me, obviously, like we have our kids in schools. We have our kids in preschools starting off, because that's where the first, targeting preschools. Targeting directors for that. Targeting the VPK office, because those kids are about to turn, those are 3-4-year-olds that are in that program. Targeting those groups, I think it's important because you're going to reach more moms that way. Since I was a teacher in Homestead for so many years, I do have students that, you know, I've lost contact with, but I have seen them go through their phases in life. A lot of my students don't reach past 25 at this point, but some of them already have children. So I think more than anything is I look at them and I try to keep in touch with them. I know one of them, he actually just enlisted in the Marines. Graduated high school, student with disabilities, had difficulty reading, and now has made it past high school and enlisted in the Marine Corps. So there's a lot of success stories that I wish I could follow through with so many of my kids.